In just a moment. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
Channing Frye out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Smith in the small forward position. That's the five for Cleveland right now. Here's Irving. Out to Smith. From downtown. They get it again. J.R. Smith on the wing. Smith missing again.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks. That athletic ability there. And they continue to add to their lead. They might be ready to pull away.
No surprise from my end. I mean, they've been really good, and they're looking even better at this moment.
And the rejection by Smith. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Channing Frye. And a switch here also for Portland. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Ed Davis. From deep. Lillard misses.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries.
J.R. Smith on the wing. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for Portland.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And Portland making a change here. Aminu's checked in. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Lillard again missing. The Cavaliers trail by 10. And there's J.R. Smith on the assist by Irving. Smith's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
Lillard dishes to Crabbe. And stolen by Love. Smith the best to Dellavedova. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Cleveland shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And, you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me. And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Fires from 14, but they'll get another chance. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. And Lillard throws it down. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. James comes in for Smith. And Shumpert in there for Matthew Dellavedova. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
They grab their own miss. Here's Aminu. And Thompson kicks to James. There's the 3. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Myers Leonard comes in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Henderson for Allen Crabbe. James outside. And too long on the shot. Trailblazers leading by 11.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals.
Leonard with the steal. To the paint. And Aminu slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, created havoc out there.
Assist goes to.
And for the Cavs last season, their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season.
The Cavaliers trail by 15. The feed to James. Takes a three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg is really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Mozgov, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Fry comes in for Kevin Love.
Cavaliers.
Davis is checked in for Portland. Vonleh comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. The Trailblazers have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight.
Taking 2 shots.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
There's 14 seconds left now here in the second. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And that one falls for Henderson.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
Taking 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Henderson.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
Man, and it's really served them well, seeking out the contact you mentioned and putting pressure on the defense.
Irving for 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
What a
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Trailblazers lead by 16. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
Well, I tell you what, we'll soon find out, because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a look at that. He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
that could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year, and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
Back to LeBron. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be. Three-pointer,
Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard. Portland did a lot of things right last year in their 51-win season. The one constant for them was how Greg played defense.
You know, Kevin, they were good all season long in terms of staying focused on that side of the ball. Really made sure to challenge every shot, and with their length and reach, they should be a factor defensively.
And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
Well, I tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the 6th best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Irving. Cavs were very strong against the West. 18-12 record for them overall, second only to the Hawks in the East.
And they really turned it on against the West from mid-January on. How about going 14-1 in the West in their last 15 matchups, and that included a 10-game win streak against the West.
Stolen by McCollum, and Lillard throws it down.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Aminu misses.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense. You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And for the past few seasons, Portland's bench has really been their Achilles heel. I mean, last year they showed some improvement. The reserves play stole the game for them on more than one occasion, but still wouldn't be considered a strength.
And for Portland, the bench still wasn't leaned on heavily for minutes. Greg was just talking about that, but they were in the top 5, Clark, in scoring efficiency, and they shot 45% from the floor on the year.
And what was a weakness for them in 14 was a strength for them in 15. And actually, they were their best down the stretch of last season.
Crabs checked in for Portland.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Love kicks to James. To the inside. And stolen by Lillard. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And really, once he got that steal, just really nothing the defense could do.
That's why turnovers are so costly, because in many cases, they're indefensible once possession changes hands.
Here's James. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two. The Cavaliers have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
LeBron James.
And James drills them both.
Thank you, Cleveland.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Lillard from outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Now James. He's got 10. And here's Love for 3. And good on the basket. Book it. Love's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. For the Cavaliers, Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Iman Shumpert in for LeBron. Here's Plumlee. Mozgov with the block. Deflects the pass. And here they come. Here's Lillard. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
The assist.
Lillard's got 11 points here in just the second half. Smith kicks to Fry. Outside Shumpert. It's Fry atop the key. Back to Shumpert. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Smith. And the shot no good, a bit short. McCollum no good.
I'm not even going to comment on that one.
Neither am I. I mean, if you're going to attempt a buzzer beater, I guess I will comment. Make sure there's actually a buzzer to beat.